Hey Sam, yeah, okay, okay, yeah. So can you send me, buddy, the application logs, security logs, and the system logs? Okay, okay, got it. Okay, on it, man. So data is invalid error. It's a pain. So suppose you have woke up in the middle of the night and while analyzing the logs, you see data is invalid. So that doesn't mean that the data is actually invalid or corrupted. So there could be several reasons by which you can get this message. So in this video, we are going to explore some options by which you can regenerate the logs and you can get that error fixed. So without doing any further delay, we will start the demo right away. Okay, so the first thing that we want to discuss is that what is wrong with this security event. So let me open it once again and show you that what exactly the error that we might get. So this is the error, data is invalid, and our main intention for this video, where we are starting with like event log forensics, to identify and to get the actual data out of the security event. So if you are getting a security event and you cannot even open it, so you cannot proceed with your investigation, right? So first let us check that what could be wrong with this security event. So I'm not saying that 100% time that there should be something wrong the way you have captured the data, but there are some other things as well which we might need to consider while we are collecting the logs. Maybe the system might have been restarted, or the system might have been shut down improperly while you are capturing those logs. Okay, so what I will do, first thing, so we will open up a hex editor, and in this case I will open WinHex. So any hex editor that you can choose of your own. And what we will do, we will try to open the same event, same security event, and let us check what could be the thing. Okay, so what I will do, file open, and I'll go, so security event bad. So this is the security event that we are considered about. Okay, so now if you see here, so there are couple of options. So if you have worked with the algorithm of the security event and the hex parameters, you might know, so there could be some footer and some header information always present in any kind of data. So you can come here, and if you want to search that, so there, as you can see in the screen, there are options like floating point value. You can find a particular hex value as well. Now we do not need to identify actually the things, but if we just scroll exactly down to this field, so you will notice here there are a lot of, as you can see here, let me scroll down. Yeah, from starting from this point maybe. Yeah, so as you can see, there are a lot of zeros has been added. So there could be a reason that this data might have been somewhere in the machine, but the way we have captured the data, this data hasn't been captured. But if you come here, that if we notice here, there are properly the offset values are present. That means in this file, these data have been tampered with. So, and that is the main reason by which we, if you are opening with event editor, the default the event viewer format, whatever present in Windows machines, so you are not able to open that file. Okay, so now if you open this file using hex editor, and if you see that if you cannot read anything and if you cannot identify anything whatever happening on this, on this file format, that means that the file is exactly like the file is really corrupted. Okay, but if you see something like this, that there are all the data are present in this file, but the thing is, at the end and the footer information, or at the bottom, or some stages in that particular file, there are a lot of zeros has been added. So that means the full data is not corrupted, a partial data has been corrupted. Okay, so there is an option by which you can do this reformatting manually. What we need to do exactly, we need to just replace this all zeros, and we need to save it as a new file format, and we need to like open it using again like the same event viewer. Okay, but if you are doing this total process manually, there could be also possibility that in the middle of somewhere that you might have a trailing zero or an invalid footer information present. So you might not be able to do that manually. Okay. So for doing that, we have found out one program. So okay, I'll close it. So I call it Fix It. Okay. So what this program actually does, it works on the same algorithm. And so by the way, so this tool is not like generated by me or anyone. So I have found out by researching in online. So if you need this tool, let me know in the comment section below. I can dump the binary file of this tool and I can upload it on my drive. Okay, so like the way, you just need to install that tool, and what this tool will actually do. So let me show you exactly. So I will browse and I will select my event logs and bad file, so which is the partially corrupted file, and I will copy the same path as destination file, but I will rename it security event good. Okay, so next I will select go. So as you can see here, modified bytes 16 from 31 from this to this. So from this location to this address space, the file has been modified. Okay, so my work is done. So just a single click, this program will work on the same algorithm that we show you right now from using the hex editor. And if we try to open it, now see the magic. Okay, so now you see the magic that I am able to read the file, the same file using using event viewer. So there is some like more work needs to be done in the format that it is showing in the event message, that I need to save the file is evtx format to able to search the file. Okay, so what I will do, I will save all event and I will click here, and I will go maybe I'll use the same path, and I will use that good one dot. Okay, I just name it good one. Okay, so I'll save it. Okay, now if I close this window and if I just open this good one, sometimes at times it like takes some time to load the file itself. So now as you can see, the file is loaded. Okay, so far what we have discussed, how to regenerate the corrupted file and how you can firstly view the file itself in the event viewer. Okay, so now the next step, how you want to analyze the file. So just remember, in this part we are not going to deep dive inside like mapping with a proper use case, but in the second part of this event viewer forensics, we will do a case study like the way we have done in our previous episodes, and how when we will show you that how exactly you can use this forensic technique, event viewer technique, and like analyzing the forensic event to identify what has been done on an incident, and that will be a real case study. Okay, so now I am going to introduce you to a new tool by which you can analyze this event views like the event logs more easily. So you can do this using like event viewer as well, so that is GUI format, but the tool I prefer mostly is like LogParser. So 2.2 is the current version anyway, so you can download the tool from this website. I will post the link in the description box below. So it's like a Microsoft tool, and what the power of this tool, it's like it gives you the opportunity to talk with the file in an SQL format. So that I like very much. So if you are strong in SQL, so you can do really magic with this tool, okay? So you do not need to worry too much about this tool because this is again like command based tool. So I like it doing the analysis, but it has a GUI format as well. So if today's episode we will focus on and we will see how you can use this log parser and you can analyze the files using forensic method. But if you are interested, let me know. I will put up another episode where we can discuss another tool equivalent to log parser but which has the GUI format. Okay. Please let me know in the comment section below. Okay. So now what we are gonna do, I have already downloaded that and I have installed my that log parser. Okay. So now I will fire up my command prompt. Okay. Yeah, so good to go. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can easily view it. Now, what I have done, because you know SQL commands, it's like if you do a simple mistake, there could be a lot of things. So, what I have done, I have just prepared the event and the queries that I am gonna run in this episode. Do not worry, I will go each and everything one by one. So the first query that we will do is like this. So we will start from the end. Now by the event ID, I guess you already understood that 528. So we are working on the good one event. Okay. So I guess it's the same thing. Okay. Yeah. Good one. So this event by the event ID, it's an old event. Old event in the sense it has been collected from an old operating system of Windows format. So current format, if you are looking for, you can check it out like 4625, and that is a Windows login event as such. Okay. So if you have collected the similar file, so you can do that. So I'm gonna show you in a minute. So what I will do, I'll simply copy this and I will paste it here. Okay. Before running it, let me just tell you what is exactly we are doing here. So as you see, this file, my LogParser exe has been installed in this location. So I am just calling the file by its name. Now this is a key as per se. You can see that the stats is off. So that means LogParser has a statistical view that we can use. So, but when you are like querying some log files which is already present in your machine, so we do not use the statistical option. So that is the reason I have given is the stats colon off. Okay. And I stands for like what kind of event you want to query using log parser. So file could be anything, right? So for this instance and for this episode, we are trying to work on event evtx or evt, whatever it could be. So that is the reason we have given EVT. So that is a standard format. Okay. So if there is any other like the SQL logs or some other logs, so you can check it out on his website. I'll post the link in the description. Do not worry on it. So now the last part comes from easy like day-to-day SQL syntax. Okay. So I want to select everything from the file. So the security event good.event is the file location, where the event ID is 528. So that is the Windows login event. So no magic inside that. Okay, so that is the query. So I want to get all of my events using this log parser, and I want to get all of my login successful event. Okay, so let me hit enter and let me see whatever the output that might be generated. Okay, so now you see if I make it full screen, now you see that there are a lot of events that has been generated. Okay, but in this kind format, so the file is like not very much readable, and you cannot like understand what is happening actually inside the file, right? So it's like non-formatted kind of thing. Okay, so what we can do, we can parse and we can do the same thing, and we can simply paste the output in a CSV format. Okay, so now we will run the same thing, and we will simply, what we will do, we will simply paste it here in, as you see, output.csv. Okay, so I'll copy the command again and I will paste it. Okay, so I don't need the full path, I don't need to specify. I will just simply write output.exe. Now let us see if the command works properly or not, or if it gives any error. Okay, so let us see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, there is no error, but the command ran. Okay, now if you see, if you check back, and what is my file name? So output.csv. Okay, so output.csv file has been generated. Okay, now it's a CSV file, so you can like analyze the file using Excel as well. So anyway, I'm not going to do it, so you can do it yourself. But one thing I will show you, that this file, if you notice here, the output format of this file is been differentiated with a pi symbol. Okay, so this pipe you can use as your delimiter in the Excel format to differentiate between the fields. So that will be easier for you, to identify if there is anything happening on this file or not. Okay, so this is the first query. We can identify the successful Windows events by which you can identify that which are the user that might have been successfully logged in. So in the next episode, we are going to use the same techniques to identify and to use a forensic case study, and to deep dive that forensic case study, we need these things. Okay, so the next thing what we are going to do, okay, so let me fire up another event. So let me do a CLS, and let me use the same command. Okay, so let us use this command. So what I'll explain again, so do not worry what is this command actually doing. So this command is basically searching for a specified user. Okay, so the user, as you can see here, if I scroll it in a big, okay, so what I am doing, so this portion is same. So select extract token strings 5 as username count. So I am I am using the SQL command where I do not bother about the username like system, anonymous logon, local service, network service, and these usernames. And I have also excluded the username which are started with like dollar symbol. So you know that dollar symbols are the system users, like, so these are the system users. So that could be logging in and logging out in your machine, but that doesn't really matter for any like investigation. Okay, so we are trying to escape these usernames and the system users as well, and we are trying to group the other users what might have logged into the machine, and I can use that, I can identify that. Okay, so let us see if this works or it gave us any error. Now you see there is one username which is not falling inside like system, anonymous logon, local service, network service. There is negotiate. So there is some username called negotiate which might have logged in, and the count also you can see the 7 times it got logged in. Okay, so this is something interesting. Okay, so there are a lot of other techniques also you can use, by using that. So I will give you a link where you can go and you can check each and individual type of like query, where maybe you can, if you need to identify if there is any IP address which might have logged in into a machine, if there is any complex query by which you can identify something fishy is going on, so that you can do as well. Okay, so now if I show you, so there is, I have collected one security event for this machine itself. So let me fire up first. Event service not available. So this is the error that I was talking about. So when you are working on a virtual machine and you are trying to analyze the logs and you are using LogParser, there are some probability that your event viewer might have work stopped. So do not worry about too much. So we will simply fire up services, and we just need to restart the event viewer. So if I scroll down, there would be something Windows event log. As you see, the event log, let me give a full view. So it is not running right now. Simply I'll start it and my event viewer will be up and running. Okay, so when you are using the LogParser, there are times that you might need to restart the service sometimes. Okay, so I will close it off and I will open this security event.new. So this file I have collected from this machine itself. So it will take me one or two, like 5 or 10 seconds to load up. So I will show you that how you can use the same query and in the like recent events, like recent operating system events, because as you have seen that like if you come here and if you see 528, right? So and this query I am using, um if I come here and if I see here token, the same thing I am using here anyway, but the query it looks like a little bit different. Okay, so let us see and let us go back. First let us check out what is the Windows login event for successful login. Okay, my system gets stuck at times. I think it is 5624, but never mind. Windows event ID for successful logon. Okay, let me see if when this thing has started or not. Not this one, this one, yeah. So as you can see here, my event has been loaded here. Okay, and you can see the from looking at the event ID. So yeah, so 4624. So this was the event ID that we will be interested in the new event. So in the older event it was 528. Okay, the older version of the Windows. Okay, so what we will do, I don't need this, so let me close this off to save my, yeah, 4624. So save my little bit of RAM space in my VM. So I will simply copy the same command. Okay, and I will replace this 4624. Okay, 4624. Okay, and this file is event new, right? I guess so. Yeah, so new in caps. Okay, and I will run the same command in my win. Okay, now you see that there is an option coming, press any key. Okay, so that means if I press any kind of key, it will show you all the logs that has been present in the machine. So why it is coming like that way? Because the log is like huge in LOC lines. Okay, so I'll simply press Ctrl C, so that will kill my command, and I can use the same technique by which we can just dump the logs in a output like in a CSV format. Okay, but there is a small trick if the file is little bit long. Okay, so let me do that as well. Okay, yeah, so the same thing, just I need to specify it. Okay, so anyway, so I'll place it this one, and if I move it like output1 dot CSV. Okay, so same error because again my like the event viewer might have stopped. So I just need to start it so it will keep on running. So it keeps on happening if you are using a VM. Okay, so I'll run the same query, and if you see the cursor is beeping, so that means it is waiting for me to supply any key. So that the thing that you have observed in the previous command, right? So if the file is long, it will give you that this cursor beeping option, and if you like press anything, maybe it will not work. Okay, so I'll simply kill the command, and there's a technique. So I need to mention this field. Okay, Q is on, so like quiet mode. So I want to parse the log, but I want to store the logs, but I want to do it in a quiet manner. Okay, so I'll run the sim command and I will go back here before the this statement, and what I will do, I'll place minus q, sorry, and I'll space on. So let me check if I have correct it. Okay, yeah, correct, on. So now let us see what it came. So again my service I need to restart. At times it is like pretty much annoying, I know, but can't do anything. Okay, right? So now you see there is no that beeping and no something. So output1.csv. So if you search it, output1.csv has been created. Okay, so I can show you in a minute that how that output.csv actually looks like. Okay. Uh, Now what we'll do, we will use another command, and I will show you how we can exactly identify any user that might have been present in your system. Okay, so this is the last query. Okay, so first let us use this one. Okay, I'll again change my new, and I want this one as 4624. Okay, 4624. So this is the same command that we have used for the old log. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna clean it off and I'm gonna paste it. Okay, so let's see. It might take a quick time, and as you can see it's already populated. So it's quite simple, right? So username, whatever the user that is present in my logs, it is giving me right away. So that means it's really easy to identify using LogParser which are the user that might have logged in my machine, what are their default login names, other parameters as well. Now let us check back if we want to see all the logs from any of a particular user. So all things, all this magic generally lies into the query that we will be running. Okay, so there is no rocket science in that. So if you are familiar with how to write SQL queries, it will be easy for you. Okay, so I will paste it and let us see what it gives us. Okay, so now you see that it is giving me all the results. So let me do okay, so now it is giving me the source IP, it is giving me the domain, logon type, package, workstation as well, process name as well. So by which my BlackPerl user has connected to this machine, right? So you can write, like, you can press any key and it will like keep on giving you. Okay, and also you can see that this is the end of it. So the date, username, domain, logon type 2, and workstation, process name, and source IP. So this is the same technique and this is the same format you can use when you are working on anything like any forensic case. Okay, so this date and time is very much important. You just need to remember that. So we are going to use the same techniques in the next episode, where we will come up with a forensic case study and how we can nail down the culprit as per se, and we can use the forensic technique. So log forensic is specifically user and event log forensic is Pandora's box, I can say, by which you can nail down any of investigation on any forensic investigation on Windows platform at least. Okay, so the logs that you might need to be collecting, like Windows logs, then like the event logs, then the security logs, application logs. So it's quite easy, right? So now let me also show you what the actual log format, how it looks like. So if you just open event viewer, I hope it not crashed again. Yeah, not available. So I'll just simply run it once more time for probably the last time in this episode. Okay, so event viewer. Yeah, so when you are collecting any of the logs, if you come here and there are lot of logs. So if you come here in Windows logs, it will give you all like application logs, then security logs, setup logs, system logs, forwarded events. So forwarded events is nothing but if we have forwarded any of the other logs from its pipeline to its own event. Okay, but these 4 logs are very much important for any forensic investigation, and you can use the techniques that I have shown you in the log parser, how you can identify what are the users that might have logged into your system, how you can differentiate between the logs and other stuffs as well. Okay, and this is the last thing that I wanted to show you, that how that exactly CSV logs looks like. So when you see, if you come here and if you see here that the logs are generally delimited with a pipe symbol. Okay, so what, for ease of use, you can just do a little bit of editing in Excel. Okay, so fixed width, I need a delimited, and I don't need tab, I need this one. Next, finish. Okay, so if you can do it, let me loop in a little bit and zoom out, and if I come here, now you see that every information whatever you have seen, like the session name, then the security event, then the other like system usernames, then what is the privilege of the system, what is the process by which the logon has been done, and the other stuffs, all are the other fields, and what are the process that have been used to log in on the machine. Every information is available to you in a Excel format, right? So now it is up to us that how exactly we want to analyze any logs. Okay, so I won't drag this session much, so I hope you have learned how to use preliminary the log parser, how to how to, if there is any log format and if it is corrupted, and if you are not able to open that file using even viewer and not even like log parser, what are the techniques that you can use, basically what hacks you can actually do to the manipulate that particular event file and regenerate the actual logs and to use it for your own investigation. Okay, so if you have any query, please let me know in the comment section below, and please stay tuned for the next part, because in the next part we are going to really deep dive in a forensic case study, and we will show you that how you can analyze these logs, maybe from log parser, maybe from event viewer, that doesn't really matter, and how you can, in a methodological way, you can analyze and you can do deep investigation to identify what has been done on the machine and what are the other things that was wrong. Okay, so if you like the session, please give me a thumbs up so that I get encouraged by your feedback, and I keep on coming up with a new series like this one. Okay, and if you have any kind of query, be it this episode or another episode, and if you need any suggestion, please feel free to post that in the description box below and in the in the comment section. Sorry, not in the description, in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer for your queries. Okay, and if there is any other thing like you want me to cover for any other episodes and in the coming up episode, I'll be happy to do that as well. Okay, thanks for watching.